Hello and welcome to the Tiger's Den. I am Toothless Tiger, and tonight I bring to you a renowned guest that you're going to sure to enjoy. I met this young man on YouTube, and I've followed him since we encountered one another. His antics, the way he tells a story, is almost unmatched. Very interesting young man. And I hope that you would join me as I welcome him to the stage. His name, Mr. Armondo Black. His company, 20 East Media Network, AW Black. That means something. And tonight, we're going to find out what that means. Tonight, we're going to find out what it's like from a content creator who's been creating for a minute. How does he do it? So, with no further ado, I'm going to introduce to you my special guest, Mr. Armondo Black. And as long as my fingers get to working with this, here we go.
Salute to you. Salute to you. Good evening and good evening to the chat.
Welcome, Armondo. I am so glad to have you in that seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here we go. I ask everybody to participate. Participate, take some notes, and listen, especially if you're a content creator that's just starting out. I was on Cookies. I love Cookies World, Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on her show one evening. And Armondo was a guest on her show.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of weeks ago, and he was giving us some tremendous tips. So I thought it was only befitting that I asked him to come and join me so that we can share, since I am a new content creator. And Armondo, you know the rule. Let me put some respect on So I Be Love, $10. Thank you, So I Be. I love you with your beautiful self. And Armondo, I snatched this from your screen because I loved it so much. Now you get to see your work in action.
Oh, you're more than welcome to anything I use, Toothless. You're more than welcome to anything I use.
Salute to the real Chase Bank.
Yeah, salute Chase Bank. Salute.
And before we get started, of course, you know we're going to do our roll call. And I just want to welcome All Smiles, the real Chase Bank, Maria S times 3, Il Capono, Wilma Flagstaff, Asatar.
That's my boy right there.
Just want to make sure I hit everybody's name. Tanae, my beautiful niece, So I Be Loved. Papa Will.
Pop, 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 pop.
Lazy Bone. Sean. Erica. Awesome. My niece, Powers. No Name. And I've gathered a lot of niece and nephews, Armondo. I don't know if you've done the same. Yam Sam Man. Salute. But I've gathered a lot of niece and nephews, and it makes you feel good when you are recognized as such, in such an esteem, because most of us, being who we are as a people, we love our people. Salute. Okay, Armondo.
Mm-hmm.
With no further ado, I'm going to start asking you some questions. And I'd like for you to, dig deep down and give us all that you can give us in this 1 hour
Yes, ma'am.
um, as
Mm-hmm.
we answer the questions.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say, please, everybody, look, I now have memberships, and I'd like for you to join my membership. I have 3 tiers. Please check them out and see if one fits your budget. It helps to promote and to help me give you a better experience of me, and it promotes my channel as far as making everything all right. So, Armondo, how
Mm-hmm.
did you get started in contact creating on social media?
Well, basically, it started on Facebook. I started doing like sports lives from my personal page,
Mm-hmm.
like every Saturday during the college football season. It started off with one show. Then I would do a morning show, afternoon show, and then I started doing like a post game show. It was from my personal page. Then and that was like back around 2016, 2016, 2017, 2018. So going into the new year 2019, me and D-True, which is I'm quite sure you know that's my best friend, and we
Mm-hmm.
basically said, well, let's try to set up a sports channel. So we got our paperwork together, set up the sports channel on Facebook, and started building our membership, getting everything ready for August and September. And we using our phones back then, our phones and maybe like one laptop. We just started doing shows on Saturday nights, and from there it just and then I created another page, and we started talking about world events and hot topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how I kind of got involved with YouTube is when I started following another content creator. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention his name, KB. I'll just say KB. Uh, this time last year, I was following him. I was a huge fan of his, and then I started doing shows about him and
Okay.
promoting his content on YouTube. I started dropping his links into my groups, the Black Lives Matter Atlanta, Black Lives Matter Chicago, Black Lives Matter Detroit, Black Lives Matter, all the cities that I could get. And that's and then I started watching his content, and I started watching Skinnies and Thomas Sotomayor, Uncle Suge, and I said, well, I wouldn't mind doing this. So I just like the last day of February, uh, you know, I started because I started the YouTube channel in 2019, and I was
Okay.
putting sports content on there first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took the sports content off because I had got hit with a copyright claim. So I took those videos off. And then I put up 2 videos about KB versus Tommy. Uh, and those 2 did pretty well. And then I just went on the mic the last day of February, and
Okay.
the rest is history.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And let me welcome Brianna Smith, Writer Prophet, Sean, Phyllis. Salute. Glad you're here. Okay. Number 2, let me ask you,
Yes, ma'am.
what type of editing tools do you use today that's different from when you started?
The editing tools I use today, I will explicit. It's a software. You can also live stream from there, but it's also good for creating ambiances and thumbnails as well. I also use uh, Windows Live Movie Maker, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where I do my main editing. I chop up my videos. Like if I want to make short clips, I'll take a video, a long 3-hour video that I've done, and I would chop them up into like 5 or 6 sections, and then I would repost them I will repost them in groups, not on YouTube, but I will repost them in groups to promote my channel and to help
Okay.
draw traffic to my channel. And
Okay.
I would do it in a format as a teaser.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, I guess, kind of like you see the Vlad guy, because I seen one of his promotions, because I be trying to look to see different ways to do things since I'm not familiar with this technology. And he said that he takes his videos, they're long videos, and he chopped them up into segments and he put them out, in like
Mm-hmm.
maybe 10-minute intervals or something of that nature. Is that kind of what you do? And you do that
When
in
when
on the
when
Windows Media?
well, not exactly in 10 minutes. I do them like in 3 to 5 minutes. Like little,
Okay.
I try to make little trailers out of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All righty then. We had some more people to join us. And let me just say, salute, peep gang.
Salute,
Good to
Pete
see
Gang.
you.
Salute, brother. It's
Miss
a cool
Coco
brother
Bot.
there. Miss
Good to see you.
Coco. Salute.
Okay. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and your next question. What advice would you give a new channel just emerging into YouTube? What advice would you give?
Um, my thing is you have to put a lot of time and work into your channel. Okay. Don't just think you can get in front of the camera, put and go live for however long you do, and then just think it's just gonna sit there and cook in the algorithm or whatever. Uh you have to take your links, drop it in other platforms, other social media platforms. Facebook is very effective because with Facebook you have like over a thousand different groups that you can drop that link in to draw traffic to your content, and it also will bring subs as well because if they like your content, they're going to sub up.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's a win-win situation. My advice also would be to them is you don't want to do too many long lives
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of us in this sector, we have a short attention span. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us are not going to say if I'm working right now at this time right now and I'm getting home at midnight and I come across a live that stream for like 3 or 4 hours. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit there and watch that entire live. You understand what I'm saying? The average
Exactly.
person is going to probably, if they really like the content, they'll go look at it. They'll look at some of it, but they're not going to watch the entire thing. But if you got a 10 or 15-minute clip that's sitting there on the timeline, oh,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to click on that. They're going to watch that all the way through. And if it's good, if it's funny, if it's entertaining, guess what? They're going to rewind it and rewind it again and rewind it again. Because one of those short drops that Mr. Skinny did, it was so funny. I rewinded that thing like 10 times. That's how funny it was.
Well, you could almost rewind all of his about 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
He be
Yeah,
so
yeah.
funny. So, TY, salute. Wow.
Salute, TY. Salute, brother. Salute.
Illegal to society. Salute.
Long hair. Salute,
Izetta.
brother.
Salute. Overthoughts. Salute.
Oh,
Okay, let me ask you this. Where did you go? I'm always hitting something.
I'm right here. I'm
Yeah,
right
it's
here
my
with you. You can't
fingers.
see me, but you
You
can
know,
hear me.
I use my you know how you use the mouse pad?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't have the mouse itself, which I do, but that's even more confusing. So I just use my fingers on the laptop, and I forget to take my little hand off, and I'm always moving everything around. So if I get lost in translation, just know it's me, it's not you.
Okay.
Okay, now let me ask you this question.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do to continue to improve your skills as a creator? For example, do you read? Do you study? Do you interview? What do you do to continue to improve on your skills?
I critique myself a lot, and I watch my replay. I go back and watch my replays like 2 or 3 different times, and I
Okay.
critique myself, and I say, "Man, I can do this better. I can do this. I can do this better. I need to do. I need to, work on this. I need to work on that." If I'm camming up, I'm critiquing everything. The lighting, I'm critiquing the sounds, I'm critiquing my position in the camera. I mean, I critique myself a lot. Then I call a couple of people that are real close to me, that
Mm-hmm.
are my mods. D Truth, the first call I make to him, and he's gonna critique me. He's gonna be like, "Look, hey, Mondo, you need to do this. Next time do this." Same thing with Kalani. "Hey, Mondo, you need to do this. You need to do that." Papa Will. "Hey, Mondo, you need to do this. You need to do that." So Alicia, like a little sister, it's gonna always in my ear, getting on me. "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Mondo, you need to do this, but you need to do that. Da, 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 da. We can get better. We can get better." I'm never satisfied. I don't care how good the numbers are. I'm never satisfied. I'm always striving to make the next video, the next live, better than the last one.
Do you find that you're, harder on yourself than anybody has ever said anything to you about how they look? And because I think that I love your music, your choice of music,
Mm-hmm.
and I love, your, like, the way the car drives in, and then the city, the skyline and things of that nature. And so, to the eye like mine, it looks like, a Hollywood movie. But
Mm-hmm.
do you find yourself, being harder on yourself than maybe you should be?
Yes, because yes, and I'm going to continue to be that way.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to be that way. That's how I was raised. My
Okay.
father raised me. He said, "Son, never be satisfied. Always strive to be better than your last, like, report cards." He was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, if I would, I bring home all A's, 1B. Hey, son, you could do better. You can get all A's. You know, come bring home a report card, all A's. Hey, he'll look at the conduct. Hey, why you got a B and P?" Why you gotta be in home ec? Oh, no. Anything, any little thing to critique me. He would come to my football practices, any little thing to critique me. And then as I got older, I started doing that to myself, critiquing myself. And that's the best way to be. And I tell any content creator that's starting off, kind of get, like, incorporate some quality control people around you
Mm-hmm.
to actually critique your content and give you feedback. I also was reading a book by Barry Gordy, the
Mm-hmm.
founder of Motown. He had a team of quality control people that were former workers at Ford.
Mm-hmm.
And when Ford had this big layoff, and he took whatever pension he had, and he started the Motown label. Him and Smokey
Okay.
Robinson, they started the Motown label together. He brought in like 10 to 15 of those people in, and they would sit in this little room, glass
Mm-hmm.
room behind him, and they would watch all the talent as they came in and auditioned for a record deal. They would give him a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like a new album
Mm.
that was about to drop for the Temptations or for the Supremes or for the
Mm-hmm.
Miracles, they would, thumbs up, thumbs down. They would play live in the studio, and then once they were done, he would turn to his quality control, and all of them would vote. They would vote. So I try to, organize my behind the scenes team like that. The
Okay.
more organized you are, the more successful you can be, and the more successful your content and your channel will be, and it will grow at a rapid pace.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's very interesting because he sounds like the apprentice before the apprentice.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me say salute to Flip Phone, Big Cuz 410, Billy Allen, salute. Abby A, salute. D Truth, salute.
My little bro.
Chopping it up, TB, salute. You know, it's something about, hearing your name and seeing familiar faces. Gotti, salute in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Jules, Jamie, salute. Carlos Franklin, salute. It's nothing like it in the world. Okay, my next question would be, and this is going to be like a 3-part question.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
And we have, I thought I saw a new name, but I think my eyes playing tricks on me. Like the Ghetto Boys.
Hey, them your homeboys down there. Well, you from D town. They in Houston.
I'm from Dallas, but I love that Houston, Texas music.
Oh,
it ain't nothing like it. In Port Arthur, Houston, Texas, UGK.
MC, UGK.
Yeah, you see. It ain't nothing like that Houston, Texas music. Now we had little Kiki. I was told he came from here and went down, and hooked up with DJ Screw and Jay Prince and the gang down there. But it ain't nothing like them Ghetto Boys, and Zero. It's nothing like it in the world. But and then you be jamming some good music because that song I love of yours. I knew the voice was familiar, but I did not know who it was until you told me it was Andre. Yes, Andre 3000. Yeah. Bumper with the hands, salute. Yam Sound Man, salute. Glad you guys are here. Okay, so this is a 3-part question, and here we go.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think about all the changes that YouTube is requiring from creators now? A, is it making it harder or easier to create? And I'll put a pin in it and let you answer that part first.
Okay, now I'm familiar with some of the changes.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of elaborate to me what particular changes you were representing.
Like they're going to start, we know, on the 29th, requiring everybody to show their subscriber numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've also changed the rules on the bullying and harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
They've kind of upped the ante on some of those rules. They also have, that illness that we had that required, the jab. They have, specific rules that they speak about on that.
Mentioning that.
And,
mentioning that word. Okay.
Just the different changes that they've made. Do you find it harder for us as creators to really be creative? More or less. And let me just say salute to Trayvon. Trayvon, salute.
Trayvon, salute, brother, salute. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's go down the list. Okay, the subscriber count. Me personally, I never had mine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know it was a way you could hide it until I heard someone referencing to another content creator that she was hiding her subscribers count.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that right there will have. I think that right there will have content creators the competitiveness.
Okay.
It's going to ramp up. You're going to have content creators really watching each other's numbers, and the competition level is going to increase. I think you're going to have content creators working harder because they're going to be pushing each other by number watching. Content creator watching other content creators, especially you take two content creators that came in at the same time. Let's just say they started in June together, and one content creator is just like just takes off, and the other content creators like kind of stagnant. And once you see the numbers and you compare yourself to that content creator that you started with at the same time, then that will push you to put more into your content and making it better so that your numbers will grow.
Okay. That's a good answer because it's kind of like being on a job. You know how
Mm-hmm.
when you start on a new job and you go through training with a certain group of people and you have this type of camaraderie that you just never get with the other people. And it's like you all start together. Some of you all end up maybe even retiring together, but you get to see different ones fall off. But throughout that period of time, because you did start together and was in class together, you
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of feed off of each other and help each other be better, is what I
Yes, ma'am.
like to call it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
just basically what I just heard you say.
Mm-hmm.
Salute, Miss Pittsburgh. And then the second part to that was why. And I think you kind of even explained the why, but if you want to elaborate on the why, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on the they're for what I've heard, they are also like doing some type of analytic inventory
Mm-hmm.
where they're basically and they are definitely especially doing this for the content creators that are monetized.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're making sure that all the numbers add up, that
Okay.
everything balances out. Your watch time balances out with the number of views and subs that you're getting. Okay,
Okay.
because they want to make sure all of that is still. Because trust me, there are some things that you could do 5 or 6 years ago
Mm-hmm.
as a content creator that you can't do now because you can. I mean, we can pay nicely. I mean, this is becoming big money. I mean, content
Okay.
creators are creating channels. Once you become monetized, it's almost like having a job, and they want to make sure that everything is done by the book. So they're gonna. So it's not that they are making a few changes. They also are gonna be, looking at the analytics, making sure all the numbers add up correctly.
Okay.
And I'm glad that they're doing that because you we've discussed this behind the scenes. Uh, that will put to bed a lot of hearsay
Yes.
things that are being said about some content creators are taking shortcuts, and they're really not. You can't take those shortcuts in 2022.
Okay.
For this simple fact that you have situations like this that can occur randomly. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. I think that's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Salute, Bucks over fame. Salute, so Alicia.
My little sister, so Alicia, love her to death.
Salute, Nafai.
You're fine. Salute.
Salute, Deborah Chisholm. It's another one of my little nieces. I have so many. And it really feels good because my siblings and I, most of us only had two children.
Mm-hmm.
And my one sister that I live with, and she takes care of me. And when I say that, I mean she literally takes care of me as far as cooking my food and shopping for me and things of that nature. She had a daughter and I had a son. And
Mm-hmm.
my other siblings um, had two children, and then my brothers have either one or
They showing
three.
you some love. They showing you
Yeah.
some love tonight. Y'all look out for my girl now. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash
No,
app.
don't say hit the cash app. Hit the cash. You're gonna have to make me a drop for that. You can.
Cookie. Salute to you, Cookie. See, Cookie done entered the building.
There's Cookie's World. Riding dirty.
Riding dirty.
Riding dirty. Okay, and the third part of that question would be what changes would you make to YouTube if you could?
Um, the changes I would make is if you're going to use an alias name, it's kind of like on Facebook. You can
Mm-hmm.
use an alias name,
Mm-hmm.
but you would have to have your sign-in name. Your real
Okay.
name would have to be on the channel as well.
Okay.
All of this anonymous names or whatever, that I would have the real name and the pen name both on the channel.
Okay. So would you have the real name where everybody has to see it, or it would just be accessible?
It would be accessible.
Okay.
Yeah, because my thing is, you have some individuals that use their real government names on
Mm-hmm.
their YouTube channels, and you have individuals that use these made up names.
Yeah, the pseudo names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pseudo names, and a lot of times you'll have people that create channels, use pseudo names and avatars, and pushing like other type of agendas,
Okay.
and targeting people that that are using their real information.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that can be frightening, and
Make it
it's just
safer for the content creators. Making an even playing field. Okay, if this person has that person's real name, that person have your real name as well. And if something happens or whatever, if that person is doxxed or whatever, then that person will be able to, hey, pinpoint that particular person and report that person to YouTube.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are truly loved. I've never seen these many people in a live, and so it makes me feel
I'm truly
honored
what?
even
I'm
more
truly what?
to
I'm
have
true.
you here.
I'm truly
Uh,
what? Wait a minute,
Loved.
don't repeat that. Hello, who?
Yeah, you're
Who?
truly loved.
I can't
I want to say
tell.
salute, anonymous wish, Tim, 415 tip, salute, Trinity T, salute. Yeah, love comes in different forms and
Mm-hmm.
different shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people haven't learned yet, but love doesn't hurt. So it may even come in pain. But some people, that's all they know. And so you take what you get and you run with it. And you
Mm-hmm.
do like your dad taught you. You just
Exactly.
compete against yourself and you
Mm-hmm.
keep going and you be the best you, better than you were a minute ago. Not
Yeah.
even a day ago, a
Mm-hmm.
minute ago. And guess what? You were going to always succeed. And one of them singers, I'm not a blues singer person,
Mm-hmm.
but one of them singers said, no pain, no gain. And
I think it was
anytime that I think that you feel
better
pain,
better right. When the better
okay,
right.
that
Yeah.
that woman, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, because I was a Bootsy Collins and George Clinton girl, so I hear more of the older songs now that I am 63 than I ever did, when I was growing up, because all I could do is be on the one with the funk.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my life was. Let me put
Mm-hmm.
some respect on it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I'd like to tell anybody, if you should happen to like anything about this channel while you're here, and I would love to have you as a member and a subscriber. Please hit the like button if you would. Subscribe and share this video. We're getting some excellent knowledge. And I hope if you're a new content creator, or if you're like me and you're just not too computer and technically sound, that you would take notes, because the experience of someone who's seasoned, it is truly invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate you, Armondo, for granting me uh, you know this interview.
No
It
problem.
really,
Can I answer a question? I was peeking at the chat, and
let me say
I
just
see.
let me
Okay,
say
well,
two hellos. Lady DJ, salute. Jay, salute. And now, okay, go ahead, Armondo.
okay. I think young lady. I think her name was Cassie V. Had asked a question, and she was saying, "How come a lot of my supporters don't say anything in the chat?" And I just want to give an answer to that. It's a two part answer I want to give to that. Okay, because I know one of our questions dropped off. You dropped one of our questions off, so I'll entertain one question, and I'll entertain this question right here. Um, Number one, I was watching someone's chat last night. They had like 500 people in the chat, and I only saw like the same, maybe like 15 to 20 people uh chatting, saying comment in the chat. So I know a lot of times when I'm watching content, I don't do a whole lot of typing. I'll just lay the phone down, or if I'm watching it from the TV, I'll just watch and listen. I don't really type in. A lot of times I watch Mr. Skinny, and I'll watch for 3 hours, never type not one time in there, and then I'll wait to the end and I'll send a super chat and I'll say, "Hey bro, great show. Hey bro, great show." Now, I have a huge following on Facebook, and a lot of them use their government names, okay, and they have YouTube channels, and they don't make surnames like that.
Okay.
These are people that are like, from like 35 in their 40s or whatever. They use their real government names because these are working class people or whatever. They don't do the surname stuff, the fake names or anything like that. So I put out a post in Facebook like 3 weeks ago and informed them, the new members that subbed up, and let them know, hey, if your channel has your real name on there, your government name on there, I advise you not to comment in my chat on YouTube. Just comment in the groups, in the Facebook groups, but don't comment on my chat in YouTube, because there are, like I said earlier, there are content creators out there with bad intentions. They'll watch your channel and they'll go target individuals in your chat, especially if they have a government name. Screenshot their name, dox them, or do whatever, try to get their information or whatever. Now, I just try to protect my viewers, the ones that use their real name, and I advise them, don't type in the chat. Just sit, enjoy the content, hit the like button, and hit the cash app. Hit the cash
app. Do what you can.
Do what you can.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I want to welcome KBG.
KBG, S-Pet, salute
and
to you.
Eden W. Oxtail.
Eden Oxtail. Every time I see him, it make me think about some damn oxtails.
I'm thinking about oxtails too. The Tierra and the Tree Show. Salute. That's what my mind went to. Oxtails, collard greens, mashed potatoes or potato salad, either one.
Amen to that. Amen to that. You wrong now. You making a brother a stomach grab.
Salute, S-Pet. Salute. Yeah, that is going too damn far with it. But I have a tendency sometimes to go too far with it. But it sure is a good thought, though, I thought.
Oxtail with some coleslaw, cornbread, and some black eyed peas. Man, let me stop.
And I could get some of that hot water cornbread.
Yes, that hot water. I didn't want to mention that. I didn't know you got down with the hot water cornbread.
That hot water cornbread. Yeah. Salute. Meaty Riley. Salute. I'm so happy to have everybody. Please, everybody, hit the like button if you would. Consider joining
you. They love you.
Thank you. Thank you. I, like you, could beg to differ, but another day, another time, another place. But I do have some beautiful people that honor me with their presence every Tuesday and every Sunday. And I can't thank them enough. Coming out here with, the intent that I came, not knowing anything about technology and stuff. It's a little bit frightening, but being who I am, I'm not a stage fright person, but every night before it's time for me to go on, it's like I get jittery and just start messing up everything, and I think that's just
like
human
nature. You seem like a pro at it to me.
Well, thank you so very much, Armondo. You always saying beautiful things. Thank you very much. Okay. My next question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have more than one YouTube channel and why?
Okay. That's, yes, I have three. I have the
Three.
Armondo. Yeah, I have the Armondo Black channel. That's my main channel. And I have the Boss, DABOSS TV channel. Now, I'd had no intentions on creating a second channel, but I got hit with some strikes, and they came like back to back toward the middle part of May, going into the end of May, and those strikes stuck on me for like a good 20 to 25 days. My main channel was struck down, so I had no choice but to create a new channel.
Let me stop you
And
there if I may. Without
mm-hmm,
going into too much detail,
mm-hmm,
could you explain to me, because I don't have a clue.
mm-hmm,
When I hear strike, you know
mm-hmm,
what I'm thinking about, right? It's two things.
mm-hmm.
Either you striking on a job with a sign, salute brown skinned lady. You striking on a job with a sign, or when I hear strike one, baseball. So if you would please, and let me just tell KV, thank you. I'm humbled by your remark. I appreciate that. When you hear strike one, strike two, and then you just, you know, said strike three out. So that seems to be the number to be out. So could you
Mm-hmm.
kind of just, without going into anything in depth, could you kind of explain to me what strikes are? And let me salute self talk and way back machine. Now, thank you, Armando. You
Yes,
have
ma'am.
the Micah Bean, and you have the floor.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Um, Two different strikes. Okay. Let me give you the soft core strike. Copyright claim. All right. That could be considered a strike, but it's not really going to count against you. If you play a certain music that's copyrighted and they hit you with a claim, if you are monetized, all the money is going to go to them. Whatever money
Okay.
that is acquired off of that particular video is going to go to them. Okay.
Okay.
But it won't count against you as a strike. Now, a hard strike. Okay. Now, it's two different ways that a person could do it. All right. They could put a strike on you and they could give you some time to take that video down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually someone that doesn't have that really don't have the intentions on trying to hurt you or take your
Okay.
channel down. Now, if someone trying to be spiteful, they can hit you with a strike and just automatically want the video down. So that'll be a strike. And then if you get three of those, then your channel is taken down, and any other channel that's connected to that channel is also taken down as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, three strikes, that's the death penalty. You're gone.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was down to three strikes.
Mm.
So I created that second channel, and this the risk I was taking here. I appealed two of those strikes. And while I was waiting, and Mr. Skinny, this is why I always acknowledge him, man, because he stuck his neck out for me on trying to help me, as far as like what to say and what not to say when I was trying to appeal. So my appeal went through.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I say like 3.5 weeks later, all of a sudden, the person that put the strikes on me, they took all three of them off.
Oh,
Now,
wasn't that something?
yeah. Now, I had to do a little, I had to do a little behind the scenes work to convince that person to take the strikes off, but they took them off.
Oh, wasn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
And it was sure was good that you were able to communicate that. Because my thing is, I really, really, really would love to see us as a people. I feel that this is a way that so many of us, especially if you're like me, that, when I used to get jobs, you didn't really have to have a lot of knowledge. You just had to have the desire and then do whatever it needs to be done. This is a way for so many of us to actually be self-employed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
actually have our own business.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
it's so much better if we build each other up instead of tear each other down. And
Amen to
so
that.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that, just what you're saying, it resonates with me so well. And especially about Mr. Skinny. And I want to salute Mr. Skinny for that super chat of $9.99. Salute Mr. Skinny. I
Oh, he's
thank
in the
you.
house too.
Yeah, Mr. Skinny in the house.
Salute, Mr. Skinny. Salute, brother. Salute.
Yeah. One
Great
thing Mr.
mentor.
Skinny is going to do is he's going to support you.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be there for you. He's going to call you on any shit that he think he
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
He's going to
Yep.
give you a fair chance to make it right,
Mm-hmm.
because he too is about building a
Mm-hmm.
community. We used to be, as a people, a community,
Mm-hmm.
and we have so many things against us, and
Mm-hmm.
especially laws that are into laws that are
Mm-hmm.
written strictly for us. And so I understand that it's a lot of social engineering that has us at each other's throats. But at some point in our lives, I just think we should come together and say, to hell with that. To
Mm-hmm.
hell with that. I'm not going to let you knock me off my square. I'm going to
Amen.
stand 10 toes down, flat feet, and we're
Mm-hmm.
going to work together. Because our oppressor, they don't like each other, but they work very damn well together to keep us separated.
Amen to
If
that.
we could just take
Amen to
that
that.
attitude, let me just say salute to Milwaukee Jeff. Salute. Nephew.
Milwaukee.
Allison
Milwaukee.
Cooper. Salute. My niece. Brian Black. My nephew. Beautiful Moonlight. My niece. I
Gorgeous
have so
moonlight.
many nieces and nephews, I tell you. I feel like the old lady in the shoe. Had so many nieces and nephews, she didn't know what to do. But I'm so happy to have y'all. And I certainly appreciate you all choosing to spend this time with Armondo and I.
They love you. They
It means
love
a
you.
lot.
That's that tiger influence there.
is that tiger in me?
That's that tiger in you. A tiger and a tiger and a bull cooking together. That's what's up right there.
Oh, fantastic. But I know you can't see the chat, but Mr. Skinny say he's going to call you back. He missed your call.
Okay, all right. Salute, Miss Skinny. Hey, look, I just want to say one thing. That
Say one thing.
yeah, one thing about Mr. Skinny,
Mm-hmm.
if every content creator, like when he's giving out advice, because listen, when he's giving out advice about how to better your content and how to better your channel, I'm listening. I am 100% listening, and
Yes.
I'm telling you, I have since I've actually started following him and subbed up to him and became a member and everything. I listen to a lot of, because I like the roasting and the joke telling and everything. But a lot of times when he goes live, he gives advice towards the end of his shows about how to build your channel.
Yes.
And that's why I'll acknowledge that, brother, because a lot of my success, a portion of my success, I owe to him because of the great advice that he has given on the air and behind the scenes. A couple of times I've spoken to him on the phone. He's given me great advice, and I've been able to take my content to the next level.
And that's beautiful.
I salute
it would
that,
help
brother.
us. It would help us to have what we call discernment, because when you have discernment, you can know the difference between kissing somebody's ass, being all up their ass, and appreciating their ass.
Exactly.
And discernment would give you, because Mr. Skinny, he said a lot of funny shit. I mean, a lot of funny shit. Sometimes I have to tell him, son, because he calls me ma sometimes. I have to tell him, son, you're going to have to, really scale back a little bit. He listens. He's an obedient child. He listens. Now he gonna do it his way. Just like I love that about you. Y'all gonna do y'all shit, but y'all will listen to me.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
You're gonna do what you're gonna do, and you can't ask for no more than that. But one thing I seen in Mr. Skinny, he's a giver. He cuts the children's hair. He give out socks at Christmas. He's a dad. His babies come in there and get on the mic and say peace and hi. He's a husband. He and his wife, they look so loving and lovable. So, you can't go wrong listening to Mr. Skinny.
Oh,
and
no,
you got to
can't
know
go
the
wrong at
Skinny
all.
is Skinny, and he do his damn thing. But one thing about it, he care about his community. And that's what I was talking about, building that community. And Armondo, you have that same feel. Regardless to what anybody else think, what anybody else say, what you do, what you don't do, regardless, you have a quality that we need. Your articulation, the enthusiasm, the way you tell a damn story and impersonate people. That will no, really. And it's no disrespect. I hope if a person ever hear you emulate them, or I would say really, impersonate them using parody, I hope they would know that really that's a compliment. That's really a compliment. Now, the motive behind it, who knows? You do. Nobody else. But you know. But when you do it to us, that should be so funny. And a lot of people, a comedian had a show, laugh at my pain. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we laugh at each other's pain when shit just ain't funny. But we haven't got there yet, and we just going to keep on laughing. We're going to keep on cranking out good content. We're getting close to our hour. I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
Here you go. How did you choose your names for your channels? I'm going to ask this in 3 parts, and you can just answer them, and then, that'll be it, because we're close to our hour mark.
Yes,
How did you choose your names? Were there many obstacles with having more than one channel? And what is the long-term goal for 20 East Media Network?
Armondo. When I was in the 11th grade, I took Spanish, and my government name, we would never use our government names, the names that were on the paperwork or whatever. She would give us a Spanish version, and Armondo was the Spanish version of my first name. Okay, so
let me just stop you for a minute and tell you why I'm laughing. When I was in the 7th grade, my Spanish teacher told me Sherita was my damn version of my name, and I grew up and found out they ain't got no damn Sherita interpretation for girl. But that's funny.
Oh boy, but yeah. Oh man, but yeah. So I take Armondo, and then because the name I was using on Facebook was Nino Black. It was Nino Black. So I said, okay, I'm gonna kill the Nino. I'm gonna take the Nino down because that sounded a little too gangster.
Okay.
And that was my nickname on the streets too for years.
Okay.
So I said, I'm gonna take the Nino out. I'm gonna use the Armondo. So I used Armondo Black, and it became catchy, and I stuck with it.
Okay.
The second channel, the Boss channel, it started off as the Underboss, and I took the under and I shortened it, and I just changed it to the Boss TV.
Okay.
And the Boss is a nickname that I've been using for years on Facebook. If you go and look at my Facebook account, the Boss is my nickname.
Okay.
It is underneath my name. You see Armondo Black, then you have the Boss. The Boss is all. I've been using that for the last 10 years. So I said, well, I'll bring the Boss back and use it on YouTube as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the Boss TV, and the long-term goal for 20 East Media Network. I wanna build my own sector.
Okay.
I want to build my own sector, and that's why I really I always brag on and salute Mr. Skinny on how he's built his sector. I mean, this brother has built a powerful sector since March, from what I see, and the people around him are growing. You look at Straight Talk growing, Southside growing, TY. I mean, numbers through the roof. Hitchbox growing.
Yes.
A Random Black Guy podcast channel growing. Numbers are shooting. He put up some great numbers today. So everyone
Okay.
around him is growing.
Okay.
And I like what he's doing with his sector. And I want to be able to kind of like do that with 20 East with some of my people, D Truth, Kalani, Big Papa Will, Miss Coco, Miss Cookie, Lady DJ. I want to help them grow as I grow. We all grow together. And
Okay.
everything that I know, every knowledge that I have about how to build a YouTube channel, I'm passing along to them. That goes back to, actually following that blueprint that Berry Gordy laid down at Motown. It
Okay.
was the Motown machine. That was the perfect blueprint. One artist go platinum, the other artists go platinum. This man at one time, you had like several different groups going platinum all at the same time.
That's
I
true.
eat, you eat, she eat, we all eat together. And I see that, brother, that's how he's doing it with his sector. Everyone is eating right now. Everyone's channel is popping, so
That's
hey,
beautiful.
that's motivation to me. That's
Yes.
motivation. And that's the thing about it. When I see brothers like Mr. Skinny and doing it like that, it motivates me. It motivates me to build mine. It motivates me. You know how some people, like, if you're doing well, they feel a certain type of way or whatever. No, it motivates me to like take my thing to the next level.
That's good. That's beautiful. Well, Armondo, I tell you what, we're almost at that moment of close, and you have been an excellent, excellent interview. I want to say hello and salute to Travis Seals.
Salute,
One thing I
Travis.
like
Salute, brother.
about my community that I have here in the Tiger's Den, we have a camaraderie, and I like to keep it that way. I like to keep the people engaged. That's one thing that I found that have worked for me successfully, and just to keep them engaged and give them a voice. I like to keep away negativity. We have enough of that in our everyday mundane lives. When those people come here, they come here to get a laugh, to relax, to maybe even learn something, because that's what I'm all about, sharing my life's journey. And the things that you've shared with us, to me, are priceless. And I just want to commend you for doing that in the face of all that you're going through. So I just want to say to you, Armondo Black, be illustrious. Armondo Black, I salute you.
I
And I
salute you,
honor
Miss Took
you.
this time. I honor
And I
you.
thank you for being here for me. You didn't have to do this, but you did. Let me allow you. Do you have anything to say? Because our time is almost up. Do you have one last thing you want to say before I say my last thing?
I want to thank you for the opportunity, for allowing me to come on your platform. This was one of the best interviews I've ever had. I had a great time up here with you, Miss Toothless Tiger, and I look forward to you. Anytime you want me to come back on, I will drop everything to come
I
on here for you, because
appreciate that.
this was so fun. Everyone in the chat, salute to you. Blessings to you all. I hope you all are, I hope I brought some entertainment to you and put smiles on your faces. And that's always my goal every time I get in front of the microphone, is to bring entertainment and put smiles on people's faces, because you never know what a person may be what a person may be going through in their
That's
life,
right.
and they
That's right.
come to YouTube for entertainment and to just relax. And hopefully, me and you together, we brought that to the audience tonight.
Yes, I think we did, especially for the audience that's here. Anonymous is so beautiful, and she's always encouraging. And I'm just going to repeat what she said because it's music to my ears. If you're enjoying any of this, please consider donating to the channel. It really helps.
Yeah, hit the
And it's like
cash
I
up. Hit the
told
cash up.
hit it here. I'm gonna need you to do me, a little sound for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious, and you know how you have my utmost respect. And make no mistake about it, we all know how things with a smile in your voice. And I'm a
Mm-hmm.
voice person,
Mm-hmm.
and smile in your voice mean more than the smile on your face. Because there's a song called "A Smile in Your Face," and all the
Mm-hmm.
time they want to take your place, but they are. It
Mm-hmm.
comes from inside. And for all of the naysayers and the people that say that you just a liar and you just this and you just that, well, I told you sometimes I hear that shit and I say Armondo lying like a motherfucker, whether it's real or false. That's what I say, and I shared that with you. So we need
Yeah.
to let the world know that we understand each other and have much love and respect for one another. And you laughed at me then,
Oh.
just like you laughed now. And I thank you for that, because you didn't have to do that. But it's
Oh,
all about building. And so that's what we want to leave on the note of building. And I
yeah.
appreciate you for coming, your time. Deborah, I appreciate you for the super chat. I really do. I thank everybody who gave. I thank everybody who came. I hope that everybody that came, if you didn't hit the like button coming in, if you would please hit the like button going out. It really helps us. It helps my video to be seen. If you want to join a family that's really a family and going somewhere and trying to teach you something, I'm only teaching you what I know. I don't know a lot, and I'm not a certified teacher. I'm just giving you my life experiences, my knowledge, and my ability to research and how I do it. So if you want to get on that trail of who we were before we were called slaves, then please feel free to join. And on that note, Armondo, I'm going to say to you, good night. I'm leaving the tiger's den.
Good night to you. And everyone have a blessed evening. Take care of yourselves and each other. Love you. Peace and love.
Thank you, Armondo. Well, now come on, baby.
This video was made for education and entertainment purposes only. There's no malice or ill intent from the content creator. So please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great evening. Good night.
I gained a new member, so I could not go away without saying, thank you, Meaty. I appreciate you. And everyone, please hit the like button. And if you would, go leave a comment in the comment section. It really helps us as content creators. It helps us get noticed in the algorithm. They truly go by how we interact with one another, how we like, how we share, and how we comment. So if you would, please make a comment, whatever your comment is. Please hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're looking for a place for some good perks and you want to be a member of a family away from the family, then the Tiger's Den is the place to be. Again, thank you for your time and have a beautiful evening.